cycle elections, the 2023 election will be the first national elections to be conducted under the new legal framework. Therefore, the 2023 is nationwide. The date is symbolic, as it will be exactly 1 year since the new Electoral Act 2020, especially on the deployment of electoral technology. With the competitive nature of the presidential elections, the threshold that will be used to measure the quality of the elections will be even higher, as the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Nigerian Police Force, and other election stakeholders cannot afford to fail Nigerians in its effort to deliver a credible election. For the 2023 elections, expectations from Nigerians, the rest of Africa, and international communities are indeed high, with a lot of hope in the 2023 elections, consolidating the gains from the electoral reforms effort. There is indeed no room for excuses and a huge burden on INEC to conduct an election that inspired confidence in the process and in the outcomes of the elections. YAGA Africa commends the political parties and their candidates for signing the National Peace Accord and an initiative of the National Peace Committee headed by the former head of state, General Abdusalam Abubakar. We call on the parties, candidates, and their supporters to maintain the peace during and after the elections. This briefing is the first in the series of our planned press conferences to be hosted by YAGA Africa. Today, 25th February, when YAGA Africa will share its midday situation statement on the opening of the polls. What that means is that on the election day, we'll be sharing with you the opening of our observations during the opening of the polls, and that will be at 10 o'clock on that day. On Sunday, 26 February 2023, at 10 a.m., YAGA Africa will share a preliminary statement on the conduct of the presidential elections. And that is a very important press conference that you wouldn't love to miss. YAGA Africa will follow up with the final press conference to share its own statement on the accuracy of the elections result and will publicize these projections. And that is also a very important conference that you mustn't miss. YAGA Africa deployed 822 long-term observers in all the 774 local government areas of Nigeria from November 2022 to February 2023, who monitored political development and the preparations for the elections. The message here is that we're not starting the observation on the election day, that we've been out there in the field since November, because what happened before the elections is always very, very important to the conduct of the election itself. So that's why we've been out since November. A detailed report from the 6 observations period is available on our website. The pre-election observations revealed marked improvement in the logistic planning as it relates to the production and deployment of election materials by INEC amidst perennial challenges like insecurity and emerging threats like the scarcity of Naira notes. I'm sure you guys, those who are not Nigerian, understand what that actually means. We decided to change the face of our currency very close to elections, and now we don't have enough. Notably, the decisions to produce the election materials in country is commendable. A summary and highlight of the findings from our observations includes: 1. INEC preparations for the elections. In the week leading to the elections, the Watching the Vote observed ongoing activities by INEC across the local government areas in the state. The long-term observers reported the deployment of non-sensitive materials across the local government areas observed and the training of electoral officers. In addition, the observers reported the commencement of the sorting and deployment of sensitive materials from Central Bank of Nigerian offices in the state capital to the local government areas in the respective states. As of 2022 February 2003, YAGA Africa received report from Ondo, Oyo, Ekiti, Yobe, Enugu, and Zamfara state, where the deployment of the sensitive materials from the CBN to the local government areas had commenced. This is a commendable improvement from the previous general elections. Reports received from other states indicate that the deployment of sensitive materials to the local government areas will commence on the 23rd of February. That's today. Matters arising on these preparations. YAGA Africa notes some development that will impact the conduct of credible elections in the 25th of February 2023. One, and the first one, PVC